if what you're saying is true, then, I mean, this is a revelation.
Yeah. And I couldn't speak about it until now, that it's possible to communicate with someone that's passed away.
Now, when I saw this title, I couldn't believe this is what it was going to be about. Now, my issue with this video, right, and this is no disrespect to Stephen at all, and I know he tries to challenge it a few times, but he tries to go in it in like a roundabout way. But clearly this woman is suffering from grief. Like, I'm going to show you a few things that she talks about, which is going to blow your mind.
And I'm saying it from the point of view of being a neuroscientist and a psychiatrist.
And she's a neuroscientist. That's the worst part. Like, you're influencing people's decisions about this.
And it's taboo because we are afraid that people will think we're going insane. I've been keeping a secret. And there were times in that 4 years that I had to ask myself if I was in clinical depression.
You was. I'm just letting you know now, firsthand, from someone that doesn't really care too much about feelings in that sense. Like, no disrespect, it's sad what's happened to you, but you are clearly suffering. To say that you're communicating with the dead. Like, this is
if I was psychotic, if I was manic.
Listen to this.
If the way that my consciousness was expanding, I mean, Steve, I've been part of teams that have locked people up and put, you know, had them injected with stuff against their will because of things they...
You've been keeping. Robin, you met him 2016, and he passed away from leukemia in
2021.
2021. Now, from 2021, when he passed away, what happened in your life? What was going on in your world? If I was a fly on the wall in your context, what would I have seen?
He'd been given 2 weeks to live, but he actually lived for 3.5 weeks. And he died 2 days before our 4th wedding anniversary. So
let's listen to this for a little bit.
I was literally reading condolence cards on my 4th wedding anniversary. If it wasn't for the people that I have around me who became like a fortress, I don't think I would be here today. You know, never having had that experience before, it was just so devastating.
And this is what I mean. They say women don't deal with grief quite well. And I agree. Like, and even men, let's face it, like, some things do hit you hard. Don't get me wrong. But clearly, when you listen to this story, you can't help but say she's gone cuckoo. And if you look at the comments, right, most of the comments are from women that are all emotional and in their feelings. Like, I don't really see any hard back, strong men that are coming to say this is right. Like, and this is what I mean. If I was interviewing her, props to Stephen, I did see him smoke a few times. I wouldn't be able to hold it in. I would be laughing. And I'm not necessarily laughing at her. 100% not, because I would never laugh at someone's pain and grief. I would laugh at the fact that you're professional telling me this and you can't see, not grieving. You can't see that you're, grieving, sorry. Like, you need help. It's as simple as that.
And even though I'm a neuroscientist and a psychiatrist, I just was like totally lost and broken. And then I started seeing robins in the garden every single time I went to the window, both in Hampshire and London. I've never, ever seen so many robins in my life, like not before or since. I still see them sometimes, but I noticed it. I thought, of course, that's what I want to see. I have no idea what it means, if anything. And then about 6 weeks after he passed away, I was asleep and I heard a noise in the distance, and we had been burgled once, so I went to check it wasn't the alarm in the garages. Couldn't work out what it was, thought maybe it was birds in the distance, went back to sleep. It was about 4 a.m. And then I got woken up by a massive thump to my shoulder. I wouldn't demonstrate it on you because it would be too much for me to hit you that hard. It wasn't like a tap. So I opened my eyes and I could see next to my bed a very vague, hazy version of Robin, as if he was pushing himself through treacle to be seen. And I was just transfixed. And I saw him become more and more clear. I could see the outline of his hair and his face.
Now, if anyone went to this woman a few years ago before this death, she would lock them up and put them in hospital. So unless you're telling me all these people you locked up before shouldn't have been locked up, then this is crazy.
And then suddenly he just dissolved from the top down and my eyes went like this. And I remember seeing his shins and his feet. And I was like up on my elbow watching and I just gasped out loud. In my desperation, I did consult a couple of mediums. And again, I had that dual conversation. I said to myself, this is the kind of thing that crazy, desperate people do.
I agree.
And within the same breath, it's okay for me to be crazy and desperate right now. I've lost my best friend, my life partner. Like everything I thought about how the world worked has.
Did she just say it's okay to be crazy? I don't know, or desperate. I'm not even listening to her, yo. Like I zoned out a little bit. It's hard to listen to this whole interview, and it's an hour and 44 minutes long. I'm gonna try and skip through it because this is crazy.
And I ended up not being impressed by the mediums, and just at some point, I can't even remember when now, thinking if it's possible to communicate with someone that's passed away, and he was my husband and my best friend. And I am all about optimizing my brain and
if what you're saying is true.
Now watch Stephen, right?
Are you?
100%.
Tell me you don't see little smirks.
I mean, if what you're saying is true, then
smirk. He's about to laugh.
That's a revelation.
He wants to
so
laugh.
Many people have lost people or have gone through different types of
and
loss
he wants
in
to
their
laugh
life.
again. And he's not taking the piss out. Just take this in mind, right? He's not taking the piss out of her in a sense that I'm laughing at your grief. He's just saying, like, love. It's cuckoo. It's fucking cuckoo.
And you're telling me that through the work you've done over the last couple of years and the research you've done, you understand how to communicate with them in some capacity? Mm-hmm. And you're 100% sure?
100%.
So listen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to challenge you in ways.
And this is where it gets very political. Now, I would have said, listen, I'm going to challenge you because that sounds cuckoo. And many people would say it's cuckoo. I would just go straight to the point. But you can hear it now, how he says it in a very roundabout way. Like, listen to how long this goes on for.
That I think the viewer might challenge you, sat at home.
Sure.
So I'm going to try and ask the questions that the viewer might ask. Because there's, people, this idea is quite a significant perspective shifting one. So my job in this conversation, although these are sensitive matters, of course, is just to try and play devil's advocate where I can.
And I want to say that, you know me.
Yeah, I know you.
And you know that you've asked me to come back on the podcast several times and I've come when I'm ready.
Yeah.
So I want you to ask me those questions.
Yeah. So where does this journey begin then? So you suffer this tragic loss in your life. You go to the mediums, you're let down by them. Where does this begin? Where does your research, your journey of discovery begin?
It starts with this decision to, try to communicate with him myself. There's a realization at some point that it's not a one-way thing, that when people pass away, they also have to learn. So it's like two people having to learn a language to speak to each other, like two people who speak. I remember...
I can't listen to it
Is
for
that
too long.
just with the dead or is that with each other?
So,
Like, can I communicate through,
I thought I was going to make this video extremely long, but I can't do this for much longer. It's torture. If you do want to watch this, watch it. But like a lot of the comments, and no disrespect to this doctor, like she's probably well renowned in her field. But if I was to hear this, right, and I was a boss or somebody, I'd be like, no, what are you doing? Like, at least, no. So let's read some of these comments. I've been struggling with depression for the last 8 months. My 87-year-old neighbor. This is just all women talking shit. And there's mainly pictures of women and sunsets. Like, my grandfather died and he saw me in the room. Oh my God.
is there other ways that I can tap into these senses that you discovered through your
Let me just mute this a second. This is just craziness. My father came to me in a dream after he died. Bro, like, this is just madness. I dream about Superman coming to me in a dream. It doesn't mean Superman from another world is trying to give me a message. Like, what the fuck? And again, I know these people are grieving and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, grieve in your own way is no problem. But when you got a doctor like this coming on to a podcast and she's got credit behind her, I guess. Holy, like, what the hell? You can't take this woman serious.
I realised that the first anniversary was coming up on October 26th.
Another one. This lady, I knew it. My husband, my best friend, and twin flame died 2 years ago, and I can resonate with this already. It's all bollocks. It's just women that are grieving and hoping for some unicorn, mystical fairyland, someone speaking to me because I can't cope. Bollocks. Oh, good Lord. Like, again, it's all women. Like, check the comment. Oh, wait, we got one guy here, I think. Holy. What is he saying? Many cat parents. Is it? They all said they cat. Oh, for frig's sake, that's a long story. How do I get off of this? Bruv, I can't even read this guy's comments. In the moment, talking about a cat being... Bruv, again, there's no hardback men. I will say that again, and I don't think I'm going to play much of this. You got a few people that's outright coming to say she's gone cuckoo. Like, she's just grieving and she needs help. You got a few of those comments. I can guarantee you those are men. I can imagine loads of men do watch Diary of a CEO, and I watch him. And I like a lot of the people he brings on, 100%. But people like this? Like... Again, it's not my podcast. I'm not criticizing him at all. He's obviously doing a lot better job than I am. I've got like, what, 1 subscriber maybe? And barely making it. So I'm not trying to teach him how to do a podcast. But holy, you got people watching this shit. Like, I would challenge you and say, love, stop talking.
And to kind of
listen to her much. Let's skip through this shit.
You can't articulate to yourself that grief in many ways is like psychosis. It's changing the levels of neurotransmitters in your head. It's changing the electric and chemical like signaling in your head. I just have so much empathy for people that have to go through that and don't have the wherewithal or the resources that I did.
Do you think one needs to cultivate their ability?
She thinks because she's gone through some grief that she's magically got these powers sent from God and above.
Slime mold are single-celled organic horizon.
I can't watch much of this. All I'm saying is she's gone crazy. I get it. She's gone a bit loopy.
And one of
she's
my
grieving.
Says that,
maybe in the next year or two she'll wake up. What's that picture of an eye?
We send each other pictures of it. But she says it has to be if you went out of your way and you walked a different way and then you saw them. If it's like...
Yeah, she's gone mad.
Actually,
bruv, look at her. Something's off about her. Like the way she keeps looking down and her body language.
World where life is passing you by at 100 miles per hour. You're not noticing things that could actually be crucial to you thriving rather than just surviving.
It's sad, but she needs to get professional help.
And in this model called shared trait vulnerability, which falls under the field of research called
anyway, I can't listen to this woman for much longer. Leave a comment down below. I know a lot of you... Well, I ain't even got any subscribers, anyone yet anyway, but frig me. Like, if you do want to leave a comment down below and you can challenge me if you want or agree, completely up to you. Couldn't care less. I just had to voice my opinion. I would keep trying to post more regular. Until then, take it easy. And I hope she gets the help she really needs because she clearly does need help.